So you feel like people take advantage of your kindness, there's a good chance that your boundaries need work. And I'm going to explain boundaries to you guys like this. I want you guys to think of boundaries like a fence around your home. It's not there to keep everyone out. It's there to show where your property begins, ends, and for privacy. That's what the fence is for, right? Your fence is your boundaries. So the people who respect your fence are the ones who respect you, and the people who do not respect you are the ones who will try to cross that fence. People who respect you will respect your fence. The people who do not respect you will do anything to cross that fence. And when they do that, you need to go in your backyard, turn on the hose,
and spray.
You doing that, that is you protecting your fence and your property the same way that you need to protect your boundaries. I said this in one of my prior videos. Setting boundaries is not rude, it's not selfish, it's protecting you and it's protecting your peace. And something that I realize is the people who benefit from your lack of boundaries are the ones who normally get upset when you try to set them. So make sure that you have your boundaries and you put your boundaries in place the first time. Don't let repeat cases and repeat offenses go on and you don't put your foot down and you don't set your boundaries. I know there's gonna be people like,
well, what if, my boundaries upset another person or makes them feel some type of way?
Let me tell you something. People are going to misunderstand your boundaries, and sometimes they're going to purposefully misunderstand your boundaries. But the only thing that I can tell you is you cannot control other people in the way that they feel, especially if you're not wrong. You can only control what you allow and what you're willing to accept from other people. So with that being said, here are some signs that you need better boundaries. You apologize too much, you struggle to say no, you feel bad when you have to put yourself first. You constantly feel drained, you ignore your own needs, you let disrespect slide. You feel responsible for everybody else's emotions, you over-explain every single decision you make when you don't need to, and you just have a fear of disappointing other people. Following that up with why people struggle with boundaries, it's because you want everyone to like you, your fear of rejection, your fear of having conflict with another individual, being raised to always be nice, you just have low self-esteem, thinking boundaries are rude, and having people-pleasing habits. You even might ask, what do healthy boundaries look like? Saying no without guilt, respecting your own time, respecting your energy, and walking away from disrespect. And that one is so important. Make sure you walk away from disrespect. Nobody in this world has the right to disrespect you. 2 more healthy boundaries are keeping some parts of your life private. Everyone does not need to know everything, and you do not need to overshare. A lot of times people feel entitled to know certain things, but they're not. The reality is they're not, and you are not obligated to tell your business. You're not. And following that up with is choosing peace over constant drama. The dream would be someday everyone would wake up and they would just stop being problematic and causing drama and wanting to be in drama, and everybody's life is just filled with peace. Like, that would be the dream. And like I said earlier in this video, boundaries are to protect you and your peace in your life. They're to protect you. They're not to be rude. They're not to be disrespectful. It's not to hurt other people's feelings. It's protecting you. You don't have to allow anyone to disrespect you. I'm not going to allow anyone to disrespect me, so I'm not doing it. You have to be able to put your foot down and not deal with people crossing your boundaries and people disrespecting you, because the reality is you don't have to deal with it, especially after you tried being nice. You say, hey, you're not going to disrespect me, you can't talk to me like that. You put down that boundary, and if the behavior continues, then you know what, you don't have to deal with it. Wipe your hands clean. It's not something you have to deal with. I also kind of wanted to add this in the video. It doesn't matter who it is, don't let anybody cross your boundaries. It doesn't matter their age, it doesn't matter their title, it doesn't matter. Like, it just does not matter. I'm here to tell you, I have met so many adults who are toxic, who like drama, who like to be passive aggressive and honestly just hurt people. Just be very, not nice people. So it doesn't matter how old an individual is, you still have the right to have your boundaries, and they need to learn to respect it. Okay, so what boundaries might look like in different areas of your life? Okay, so with friendships, don't chase people. If someone has constantly crossed your boundaries, constantly disrespected you, and hurt you, do not chase them, let them go. Matter of fact, cut them off. Don't tolerate disrespect, and keep in mind that friendships should be reciprocal. With family, love and having love for them does not mean unlimited access, and also It's okay to say no. I know sometimes with family, it's harder. It might be a little bit harder to put those boundaries down, but at the end of the day, the same boundaries you have for people on the outside goes for your families, your brothers, your sisters, your parents. Healthy boundaries go for everybody. Don't let certain people slide just because of the role that they play in your life. And for relationships, communicating expectations. Do not ignore the red flags, especially if they are right in your face. Absolutely do not ignore the red flags. Mutual respect matters. Because at the end of the day, you teach people how to treat you. If they know that you're not going to allow disrespect, that you're not going to allow your boundaries to be crossed, they are going to act accordingly, and if they do not need to be in your life because they don't respect you. And for social media, you do not have to share everything. Matter of fact, you are not obligated to share everything. Keep whatever parts of your life private that you want to. Because at the end of the day, you are protecting yourself, you are protecting your peace, and you are protecting your business. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's not selfish. And I know a lot of times with social media, you really have to be careful. And that's just the honest to hard truth. You have to be careful. Whether it's people who don't like you, or just people who want to be in your business, people who don't have good intentions. Like, there are crazy people everywhere, and there's crazy people on the internet. There's evil, mean-spirited people on the internet. You don't have to share anything that you don't want to, and you don't have to overshare with the internet. So now I want to talk about things boundaries are not and things boundaries are. So I said earlier, boundaries are not being rude. Boundaries are not being selfish. Boundaries are not being cold. Boundaries are not holding grudges. Boundaries are not used to control people. Boundaries are also not used for punishing people. Things boundaries are. Boundaries are self-respect. Boundaries is self-care. Boundaries is confidence. Boundaries is maturity. Boundaries is healthy communication. And boundaries are protecting your peace. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to you.
Not everyone deserves unlimited access to you.
Now I'm going to go into how to start setting your boundaries. You don't have to just come out of nowhere and have 1,000, a million, gazillion boundaries. You can start small. Make sure that you are being clear. Make sure that you are being consistent with your boundaries. So that means if you set a boundary for one person, that goes for everybody. I want you to stop over-explaining everything. You don't have to explain every single decision you make. You don't have to over-explain one decision you make. Any decision you make, you do not owe anyone an explanation. And while we're at it, you might as well accept and be comfortable that everyone will not like you. You are not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's just the truth. Like, that's just me being real. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And honestly, it shouldn't even bother you, and you shouldn't even care. I want you guys to remember that no is a complete sentence. It's a complete answer. Like I said before, you don't have to over-explain anything. No is a full answer. It's a complete sentence. No means no. And no will always mean no to me. If someone tells me no, then that's it. No means no. And that is all you need to say is no. And I want you to keep in mind, something that might even help you is boundaries protect relationships. They don't ruin them. They protect them. Having boundaries is only going to help you. Because if there's people who simply don't respect you, they don't need to be in your life. So boundaries is there to help, and having boundaries is there to protect you. I also wanted to end this video by saying, especially for the young adults, it is so important. I think I said this in one of my past videos. As you're transitioning into adulthood, it is so important to have boundaries, because you don't want to find yourself in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, even just being an elderly person. You don't want to find yourself lacking boundaries and having people run all over you. And sometimes it may be hard, it may even hurt in the moment having to put those boundaries down, but it is so important that you do that. It is so important that you have boundaries. And self-respect. Self-respect and boundaries is just so important. If you don't have it now, it's important that you find it. Even if you're in your 30s or 40s and you see this, I hope it helps you put down boundaries and feel better putting down boundaries. Especially when it comes to family, friends, and the workplace. Sometimes it might feel a little, how should I say this? It might feel a little hard, but you should definitely have boundaries in all aspects of your life, because that is going to protect you and that is going to help you in the long run. So if you guys made it this far, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.